Camilla, 74, is to become royal patron of the National Theatre after Meghan Markle left the position vacant in 2020. The Duchess of Sussex was gifted the patronage in 2019 by the Queen, but was stripped of it a year later in 2020 when the Sussexes confirmed they would not return to royal life. While Meghan held the honour, sources claim the Duchess of Cornwall wished to become patron due to her love of the theatre and advocate of literature and the arts. Sources close to the royal have claimed she was pretty miffed after losing out to Prince Harry's wife in 2019. A source told, "She really wanted it. She was pretty miffed when it went to Meghan, and will be all the more delighted to take it on now, after being disappointed not to get it first time round." Despite missing out in 2019, Camilla has been an enthusiastic supporter of the arts during the pandemic. It is understood she hopes to use her patronage to aid the industry recover post-pandemic. At the Olivier Awards in October 2020, Camilla gave a personal speech stressing the importance of the industry. "I believe in theatre. It's the cornerstone of a fertile cultural life, a forum for debate and a powerful means of building community. Perhaps more importantly, those of us who believe in the theatre also believe in its resilience. I should like to thank those of you whose profession is in the theatre for your determination and flexibility. Please remain resilient. We need you, and we've missed you." The Duke and Duchess of Sussex made the move across the pond in 2020 with 2-year-old son Archie. After stepping away from being working members of the royal family and moving to California, the royal couple welcomed their second child last June, Lilibet Diana. Despite no longer being formal members of the firm, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have started embarking on public engagements and advocating for issues stateside. On the other hand, Jeremy Clarkson took a barbed swipe at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle when he said they were less interesting than somebody he claims he's never heard of, Joe Rogan. The Clarksons' farm star spoke amid rock star Neil Young's recent row with Spotify in his weekly column for The Sun. In his column, he blasted Harry and Meghan's lucrative $18 million Spotify deal when comparing their earnings to U.S. podcast titan Joe Rogan. Jeremy wrote, "I learned this week that a man called Joe Rogan, who I've never heard of, has trousered $100 million after selling tape recordings of himself talking to people." The Top Gear star proceeded to compare the UFC commentator's earnings to that of Harry and Meghan's own Spotify deal. He said that Harry and Meghan, who like to think of themselves as the biggest stars in the world, are selling tape recordings of themselves talking for just $18 million. Which means they are actually 5.55 times less interesting than someone I've never heard of. It comes as Spotify removed Neil Young's music from their streaming site, after the Canadian singer urged they take his music down if they continued to host Joe Rogan's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Comedian Joe's podcast is reportedly downloaded 200 million times a month, and apparently signed the sports broadcaster for £75 million. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee slammed Spotify for allowing fake information about vaccines to spread on their site. He said, "Spotify is spreading fake information about vaccines, potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation being spread by them." On Wednesday, Spotify agreed to remove Young's hits from their platform, and said they hoped the singer would return to Spotify soon. They said, "We have detailed content policies in place and we've removed over 20,000 podcast episodes related to COVID since the start of the pandemic." Joe has previously said he is not an anti-vax person in the past, saying that the vaccines are safe and encouraging people to take them.